Welcome, everyone. I'm excited to kick off today's session with part 2 of our series. Today's focus is on the supply chain executive, specifically in the area of sustainability. This is the LSC Q2902 module. In this presentation, we'll explore key strategies, best practices, and insights to enhance sustainability within supply chains. So, let's get started and dive into the details. Let's take a closer look at the UN Sustainable Development Goals, or SDGs, also known as the Global Goals. These are a set of 17 interconnected objectives that were adopted by all UN member states back in 2015 as part of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. The idea behind these goals is to create a better world by 2030, one where we effectively end poverty, protect our planet's resources, reduce inequality, and promote peace and prosperity for everyone. What's really important to understand is that these goals are all linked. Progress in one area supports progress in others. They're designed to be balanced across social, economic, and environmental sustainability, ensuring a comprehensive approach. This interconnectedness means that tackling issues like climate change, inequality, or health requires collaboration and a shared vision, which is precisely what the SDGs aim to inspire. Throughout this presentation, we'll explore how these goals form the foundation for sustainable development and how each of us can contribute to achieving them. They're not just goals, they're a global blueprint for creating a more equitable and resilient future for all. Let's take a closer look at the core aspects of the Sustainable Development Goals. There are 17 goals with 169 targets, and these cover some of the most critical issues facing our world today, such as poverty, hunger, health, education, climate change, gender equality, and justice. These goals are designed to guide global efforts toward a more sustainable and equitable future. One key difference from the previous Millennium Development Goals is that the SDGs are meant for all countries, whether developed or developing. This universal application emphasizes that everyone has a role to play, and it adopts a leave no one behind approach, ensuring that no community or individual is overlooked. Another important point is the interconnectedness of these goals. Action in one area can influence others. For example, improving health outcomes under Goal 3 can lead to stronger economic growth under Goal 8. This highlights the importance of a holistic approach to sustainable development. Additionally, while these goals are not legally binding, meaning countries aren't forced to meet specific targets, they carry significant moral and political weight. Governments are expected to take ownership of these goals, creating national frameworks and policies to make progress by 2030. Overall, the SDGs represent a comprehensive, inclusive, and interconnected blueprint for creating a better world. They remind us that sustainable development requires coordinated effort across all sectors and countries. Let's take a moment to look at the 17 Sustainable Development Goals. These goals are really the blueprint for building a better, more sustainable future for everyone. They cover a wide range of areas, from ending poverty and hunger to ensuring quality education and clean water. Each goal is interconnected, which means progress in one area can positively influence others. For example, improving health and well-being can lead to better education outcomes and economic growth. These goals are designed to be inclusive, leaving no one behind, and they challenge us to think about how our actions impact the world on a global scale. Throughout this presentation, we'll see how these goals shape strategies and inspire change at every level, from local communities to international efforts. Now, let's take a closer look at some of the key goals within the 17 Sustainable Development Goals. First, we have No Poverty, which aims to end poverty in all its forms everywhere. This is about making sure everyone has the basic resources and opportunities they need to thrive. Next is Zero Hunger, focusing on ending hunger, achieving food security, and promoting sustainable agriculture, because no one should suffer from hunger or malnutrition. Moving on, Good Health and Well-being emphasizes ensuring healthy lives for all at every age. Health is the foundation for development, and everyone deserves access to quality health care. Then, there's Quality Education, which strives for inclusive, equitable education, and lifelong learning opportunities. Education is a powerful tool to break the cycle of poverty and empower individuals. Gender equality is another critical goal, achieving equal rights and opportunities for women and girls, because when we empower women, we create stronger, more resilient communities. Lastly, clean water and sanitation highlights the importance of universal access to safe water and sanitation facilities, which are essential for health and dignity. Together, these goals interconnect to form a comprehensive framework for building a sustainable and equitable future for all. They represent the core priorities that help us address some of the most pressing challenges facing our world today. Let's take a closer look at some of the key goals within the Sustainable Development Goals. First, we have affordable and clean energy. This is all about making sure everyone has access to reliable, modern, and sustainable energy sources, which is essential for development and improving quality of life. Next, decent work and economic growth emphasizes promoting sustainable economic progress while ensuring full employment opportunities. It's about creating jobs that are fair and beneficial for communities and individuals alike. Then we come to industry, innovation, and infrastructure. Building resilient infrastructure is crucial. Things like roads, energy grids, and communication networks that can withstand challenges. And fostering innovation here drives progress, making industries more efficient and adaptable to future needs. Reducing inequalities is another vital goal, working to close the gaps within and among countries. This means addressing disparities in income, opportunities, and access to services, helping create more equitable societies. Sustainable cities and communities focus on making urban areas safe, resilient, and environmentally friendly. As more of the world's population moves into cities, creating sustainable urban environments becomes ever more critical. Lastly, we have responsible consumption and production. This is about adopting patterns of consumption that are sustainable, using resources wisely, reducing waste, and minimizing environmental impact. All these goals are interconnected, reflecting a comprehensive approach to building a better, more sustainable future for everyone. They align with the overall theme of global development and shared prosperity. Now let's take a closer look at some of the key goals within the 17 Sustainable Development Goals. First, climate action. This is all about taking urgent and meaningful steps to combat climate change, which affects us all. It's about reducing emissions, investing in renewable energy, and making our communities more resilient. Next, we have life below water. Our oceans and marine resources are vital, not just for marine life, but also for our livelihoods. Conserve and sustainably use these resources to protect biodiversity and ensure the health of our oceans for future generations. Then there's life on land. Protecting and restoring terrestrial ecosystems is essential for maintaining biodiversity, supporting agriculture, and combating desertification. Healthy land ecosystems are the foundation of our environment. Moving on, peace, justice, and strong institutions. Promoting peaceful and inclusive societies is fundamental. It's about ensuring justice, building effective institutions, and fostering trust so that everyone can thrive without fear or discrimination. Finally, partnerships for the goals. Achieving these ambitious targets requires strong global partnerships. Collaboration across countries, sectors, and communities is crucial to drive sustainable development forward. All these goals are interconnected, and together they represent a comprehensive approach to building a better, more sustainable future for everyone. Sustainable logistics, also known as green logistics, focuses on incorporating environmentally responsible practices into supply chain management. For example, using electric vehicles instead of traditional fuel-powered ones helps reduce emissions. Route optimization is another key strategy. It ensures deliveries are made in the most efficient way, cutting down unnecessary travel and fuel use. Eco-friendly warehousing practices, like better insulation and energy-efficient equipment, also play a vital role. The main goal here is to minimize the ecological footprint of logistics operations. By doing so, we can lower carbon emissions, reduce waste, and improve overall operational efficiency. Importantly, these efforts also help companies meet regulatory standards and can lead to increased profitability. This slide ties into our overall theme by showing how sustainability isn't just good for the planet, but also makes good business sense in today's competitive environment. Now, let's talk about some of the key benefits of sustainable logistics. First up, cost savings. When companies improve their efficiency, they naturally reduce fuel consumption and operational costs. This means not only saving money, but also making the supply chain more resilient and competitive. Next, there's the impact on brand reputation. Meeting consumer demand for eco-friendly practices helps enhance a company's image. Customers are increasingly choosing brands that prioritize sustainability, which can give a significant edge in the market. Then, we have regulatory compliance. Being proactive in meeting environmental standards isn't just good practice, it's essential. It helps companies avoid penalties and stay ahead of evolving regulations, ensuring smooth operations in the long run. Finally, sustainable logistics contributes to long-term profitability. By adopting green practices, companies can boost overall performance and become more attractive to investors, especially those focused on ESG, environmental, social, and governance criteria. Altogether, these benefits reinforce the importance of integrating sustainability into logistics strategies, supporting both business success and positive environmental impact. Let's talk about sustainable transportation, which is a crucial part of making our logistics industry more eco-friendly. One key area is alternative fuels and electric vehicles. Moving away from traditional fossil fuels to EVs, biofuels, and hydrogen helps us significantly cut down on carbon emissions. These technologies are becoming more accessible and cost-effective, making a real difference for our environment. Next, we have route optimization. By leveraging AI and GPS technology, we can analyze traffic patterns and identify the most efficient routes. This not only shortens travel distances, but also reduces fuel consumption, saving costs and lowering our carbon footprint. Finally, capacity optimization plays a vital role. When we consolidate shipments and ensure vehicles are fully packed, we minimize the number of trips needed. This approach reduces fuel usage, decreases emissions, and improves overall efficiency in our logistics operations. All these facets, alternative fuels, smarter routing, and better load management, are interconnected pieces of a broader strategy to make our logistics more sustainable and aligned with the overall goals of environmental responsibility. Let's take a closer look at some key aspects of sustainable logistics. First, eco-friendly materials play a crucial role. By choosing recyclable, biodegradable, or reusable packaging, we can significantly reduce waste and lessen our environmental impact. It's about making smarter choices in what we use to protect our products and the planet. Next, waste minimization is all about streamlining our packaging processes. When we optimize how we pack and ship, we reduce unused space and cut down on the waste generated during logistics activities. This not only benefits the environment, but can also lead to cost savings. Moving on to green packaging and waste management, these strategies focus on designing packaging that is environmentally friendly and managing waste efficiently. Both are vital in creating a more sustainable supply chain. Green warehousing is another important aspect. It involves designing and operating warehouses in ways that minimize energy use and environmental footprint. For example, installing solar panels or using energy-efficient lighting. Energy efficiency in distribution centers can be achieved through practical measures like solar panels, energy-efficient lighting, and, when possible, energy recovery systems. These initiatives help us reduce our overall energy consumption and greenhouse gas emissions. Finally, sustainable infrastructure emphasizes designing eco-friendly warehouses that optimize space, improve insulation, and reduce energy consumption. By integrating these principles, we create facilities that are not only functional, but also environmentally responsible. All these facets, materials, waste management, energy use, and infrastructure, are interconnected. They form a comprehensive approach to making the logistics industry more sustainable and aligned with our overall environmental goals. Now, let's explore some of the key facets of sustainability in the logistics industry. First, carbon accounting plays a crucial role. By leveraging data analytics, we can accurately track and report emissions, particularly CO2, which helps us measure our carbon footprint and ensure compliance with regulations. This transparency is vital for both environmental responsibility and meeting legal requirements. Next, we see the power of IoT and AI integration. Using IoT devices combined with machine learning allows us to predict vehicle maintenance needs before issues arise. This proactive approach not only boosts efficiency, but also significantly reduces emissions by keeping vehicles running optimally. Moving on, technology and data transparency are essential. Sharing data openly builds trust and helps identify areas for improvement across the supply chain. Reverse logistics is another important aspect. It involves managing the return, repair, remanufacturing, and recycling of products. This process supports a circular economy, minimizing waste and extending product life cycles. Similarly, asset recovery focuses on reclaiming packaging and containers for reuse. This reduces material consumption and supports sustainable resource management. Altogether, these facets, carbon accounting, IoT and AI, transparency, reverse logistics, and asset recovery, are interconnected pieces of creating a more sustainable, efficient, and responsible logistics industry. They help us not only reduce environmental impact, but also optimize operations and build trust with stakeholders. Let's talk about some key aspects of sustainability in the logistics industry. First, regulatory compliance is becoming increasingly important. Companies need to adhere to environmental regulations, such as low-emission zones, or LSCs, which are designed to reduce pollution in urban areas. Staying compliant not only helps protect the environment, but also ensures smooth operations without legal issues. Next, strategic partnerships play a crucial role. Collaborating with suppliers and partners who share our commitment to sustainability creates a more unified and effective approach. When everyone is on the same page, it amplifies our collective impact. Now, moving to social sustainability, which is equally vital. Ensuring labor conditions and safety means upholding ethical labor practices, offering fair wages, and maintaining high occupational health and safety standards throughout the entire supply chain. This is about respecting and caring for the people who make our industry work. Additionally, employee well-being is a core focus. Investing in training and creating a safe, inclusive working environment not only boosts morale, but also enhances productivity and loyalty. In summary, these different facets, regulatory compliance, strategic partnerships, social sustainability, labor conditions, and employee well-being, are interconnected. Together, they help us build a more sustainable, responsible logistics industry aligned with our overall goals of environmental stewardship and social responsibility. Now, let's take a closer look at the 3 pillars of sustainability in logistics. First, we have economic sustainability, which is all about profit. It's essential that our logistics operations are financially viable, ensuring long-term success and stability. Then, we move to social sustainability, focused on people. This means creating fair and safe working conditions, supporting communities, and fostering positive relationships. Lastly, there's environmental sustainability, which centers on the planet. This involves minimizing our ecological footprint, reducing emissions, and protecting natural resources. Together, these 3 pillars form a balanced approach, helping us build a resilient, responsible, and sustainable logistics system that aligns with the overall goal of creating value not just for today, but for future generations. Now, let's talk about the 3 pillars of sustainability in logistics, These are often referred to as planet, people, and profit. These three elements are essential for ensuring the long-term success of any supply chain. First, there's the environmental pillar, which focuses on reducing our ecological footprints. Think about lower emissions, waste reduction, and smarter resource use. Then we have the social pillar, which emphasizes the importance of worker welfare, fair labor practices, and community engagement. Lastly, the economic pillar, which is all about maintaining profitability and financial health. What's really important to understand is that these pillars are interconnected. They don't stand alone. Achieving true sustainability means balancing resource efficiency with ethical practices and solid financial performance. If we lean too heavily on one pillar at the expense of the others, the supply chain can become unsustainable. So, the goal is to create a resilient, adaptable system that considers environmental impact, supports people, and remains profitable in the long run. This balanced approach is what will ultimately ensure our supply chains are sustainable and resilient for the future. Thank you so much for your attention today. I really appreciate your time and your interest in this topic. As we wrap up, I want to emphasize that the key points we've discussed highlight the importance of understanding the core concepts and applying them effectively. Remember, the insights we've shared are all aimed at helping you achieve better results and make more informed decisions. Connecting everything back to our overall theme, it's clear that continuous learning and adaptation are essential in this ever-changing landscape. Once again, thank you for being such an engaged audience. I look forward to seeing how you implement these ideas moving forward.